Okay, welcome back, YouTube. We had a power flicker that took out the modem. So let me throw a little message into YouTube community posts. If anybody sees it, that'll be good. We'll see. Power flickered and took out the modem. We're back. Okay. Okay. 10 minutes ago, apparently there was a follow that must have been like right around when the stream died. So Kex Cake, if you're still hanging around, thank you. All right, let's reboot our PlayStation and finish up the ranked tours round we were on. This sucks because the timing of everything, I don't think we had much left in ranked tours, and we're gonna have to run the like quick ad break. That's unfortunate. All right, well, I mean, it is what it is. This is just, everything is scuffed now. Everything is scuffed now. Can only control so much. I cannot control the weather. Unfortunately. Don't have that power. What happened, JK? So, there are thunderstorms rolling through, and it flickered the power. My PlayStation lost power, and the modem lost power downstairs. And so I still had my wireless network going, but we lost internet for like, I don't know, 8-10 minutes while it was trying to reconnect. So then it was tripping OBS and everything else up as well. So fun times. But we're back. Hopefully, let me see what the weather is looking like outside. If we're gonna be in the clear. There must have been a heavier cell that was coming through. Like, we must have just gotten clocked by a little bit heavier rain cell. I think it'll be fine from here on out. Yeah, I could hear it raining on our last ad break. All right. How far back is this gonna set me? Is the real question. I don't remember where we were. Is it gonna replay my shot? Is it gonna take me back a number of holes? Tenth hole. Is this where we were? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, well, big time pull. Big time pull after getting up and walking around. Been raining too much. I know. It was like the wettest May, I think, on record around here, or somewhere close to it. 46. Should be good. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's get our swing field back. Okay, I think we were just getting ready to drive this green when it went out, so it put us back one hole. Take a little bit off of this shot. And then I think it's gonna be somewhere up in here. Don't know that there's like a great way at this. It actually probably makes more sense to fade it in from over here. than to go straight at it. Well, I was feeling really, really good on my points. We're just a touch off now. That's gonna be a really difficult spot. This is where everybody just super flop cheeses it, right? Ooh. Yeah, we're back, Sergio. The modem in my PS5 lost power. We got a little bit of a power flicker through the house. And unfortunately for the stream, those are two very important pieces of equipment. Two very, very important pieces of equipment. So, especially the internet. The PS5 losing power, like we could have much more easily bounced back from that. What's going on, Kyle? That's quite the day you've had. Quite the day you've had, Kyle. Alright, take a little bit off of it, take more off of it, and now question life and wonder if we need to go down a club. 42. High 40s, 50. I don't know if this is a mistake, but I'm gonna try and squeeze this shot out instead. Instead of trying to take off of a full pitching wedge, I'm going to try and squeeze out the choke shot. I don't know, seemed like a decent idea. If it doesn't seem like it turned out too poorly. 52%. Oh, quad perfects on that putt too. Nice. Battery backup for my setup probably wouldn't be the worst thing. It wouldn't have saved me in this instance though, Sergio, because the modem had power then. Like the power came back to the modem, it just flicked, but it took a while for it to reset up the internet connection. Now maybe if that's on battery backup, that doesn't happen, but it also just happens so infrequently. Yeah, then I don't know is, I guess you don't really get it for a frequent thing. Oh, it's not cutting enough. Gonna just hang out there to the left. Really good distance control. Also, I guess on the bright side, we were not as far into this round as I thought we were. For some reason, I thought we were, like, getting to the end of the back nine and, like, just about ready to go for plat. That being said, it is going to be a long stream today because of that extra bit of chaos. Ball below the feet. Wind. Oh. A little bit too much roll out there. Too many tornadoes down there for you? Yeah, I mean, this spring has been very rainy. Like, way rainier than normal. I guess I'll have to see, like, how the summer goes, right? Because summer is going to be when the most storms happen. So definitely going to just have to keep an eye on it. I choked it down, so I kind of banked on getting a little bit higher of a roll there out of the light rough. It's definitely not the case. All right, 88%. Close. The problem is the swing path has to be absolutely perfect on a chip shot or else you're way offline. Ryan Hall, I feel like I've seen Ryan Hall. I might have seen him, or I've seen some other weather one come up before. I think, you know what I think it's max velocity. I think it's max velocity. Because I think they use similar thumbnails, but that one sounds more familiar. I've never watched them, but I've seen the name pop up. Watch him live every time he's on, even if it's not near you. Yeah, I end up just kind of checking my weather app. I am a bit annoyed with my weather app. I've used it for so long that I'm accustomed to it. I have like one that's from the NOAA, but they change, like, they want you to they want a paid subscription. And they like keep adding stuff, and like every time you open it, it pops up with like subscribing for something. I'm like, come on, man, I just want to see what the weather is at my house. Just want to see the weather at my house. Use the Weather Channel app. Yeah, it's like I use the NOAA one, and then I use my backup, like if I want to see more than 5 days out, because it's like the NOAA one has like a 5-day forecast, and then like you can see the hourly for like, it used to be 48 hours. I'm pretty sure now it's only 24. Like they keep, like I said, they keep gating things, which is really frustrating. But on top of that, then like if I don't get what I need from there, like I'll take a peek over at like the Apple one. The Apple one is just okay. I don't know what data source that one's backed from, but it's definitely not my favorite. It's gonna feed left to right. That really got deep and really got right. I mean, feeds around pretty nicely, but that was definitely off the mark. Never watched another local weather broadcast. Tornado on the ground this town, but let's check back with Nashville and the light rain they're experiencing. Drives you crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not in tornado territories, so we don't have crazy stuff like that. But I haven't watched local news, mostly because we don't have cable. But I haven't really watched like local news or local weather on TV since I lived, back Philly burbs, and with that kind of spoiled because I think personally Philadelphia has one of the best, just local news in general, like across the board. ABC, CBS, NBC, all those local stations are great because it's a major metro area. The local news out in the middle of nowhere, definitely not as good because the better people all get poached to the bigger network. Or like, not the bigger network because it's the same network, but it'll be like the bigger cities. Yeah, so Philly, DC, New York. They're all the ones with the really good news broadcasters. Some other major cities will have some decent stuff, but the more rural you get, the lower just the quality overall. Not that necessarily some of the anchors are bad, but like just the overall quality of the broadcast itself is lower just from budgets and everything. Nashville's just robots? Oh no. I mean, Nashville's, from what I understand of it, Nashville's populace is booming, housing market and all that is one of the toughest ones in the country. You hate it? It used to be, back in my day, we didn't have this many people. People just came for the country music and that was it. Hate it. Weather Channel shows hourly for like 3 days. I probably, because I grew up with it with 6ABC because it was AccuWeather, and like I live in Pennsylvania. AccuWeather is out of Penn State, which is where I went. So like I probably should use that. My wife uses AccuWeather, but I feel like it's good to have within the same household have multiple apps. So I've got NOAA, she's got AccuWeather. Bounce it. Try and guesstimate between the two what's gonna happen. Should you stay up today or no? I mean, that's up to you. What do you got going on tomorrow? If you've got stuff to do tomorrow, then I'd say no. Use AccuWeather in Wisconsin as well. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the best. I don't know why I don't use it now out of principle. I've used the same app for like the past decade. I like have a hard time switching. But I probably should. Okay. We'll pause the weather talk for like 2 minutes. We gotta roll pre-rolls. Unfortunate timing of everything with the way that shook out with the power outage. But we're gonna take a 2-minute break. We'll be back, and then we're going to hop into rounds 3 and 4 of Platt. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for sticking with me through the ups and downs of the power and the internet. And yeah, looking forward to getting after it. All right, BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. Okay, we are back. Man, I don't know. I'm waiting to the point. You know, my dad's gotten to the point where, like, and my grandfather. You know, I feel like it's just there's a certain point in your life. My dad has like one of those little weather station things. You hook it up to like the top of like a bathroom, you know, like toilet exhaust on the roof. Get your little weather vane that hooks up to a digital thing. Like, I haven't hit that point yet. There's a part of me that like wants to put like the rain gauge in and stuff too. You know how much rain I'm getting. Like, we're hitting that point in life. I don't know when we'll full send into it, but it's coming. I can feel it. Gotta know all things weather around your house. All right, let's see here. Round 3, they're moving us to the green tees. High winds out of the east. Moderate, firm, moderate. All right, so we gotta be mindful on the bounces as we approach the green here. But it's not gonna run a ton. But we do have to, like, the bounce is going to send it a little bit at first. So, try and play well. Try and play smart. It's gonna be downhill quite a bit, and then I'm gonna choke this tee shot. The tee shot, at least it's like open enough fairway because it gives us a chance to kind of see where our swing path and everything is, but we got to get it locked in here because we've got a par 3 coming up. Yeah, we made the cut. If we can play a little bit better than the field here in this round, or in these 2 rounds today, it's tight enough that we can move our way up into like top 25 or better. So, as always, it's a one stroke at a time. One hole at a time. Keep everything in front of us. Just try and play some good golf. Right, so that's 187. Probably plays down to like 175. Just in between this. 196. 184. I don't want to go like too long. I think if we fade this, I was really bad on the rhythm there. That's like the first rhythm I've just slammed. Hey, thank you for the luck basket. All right, 121s. Yeah, those moderate greens, really got to keep that in mind. This is gonna go out. And it's gonna be turning across. It's just a matter of how much does it turn at the hole. I feel like it's never a ton. Be 6. Overswung it. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, Colby. Not a good start. Held on to it too long. Really? Really? Okay. Overswung both of them. Overswung both of them. Okay. Shake it off. Shake it off. It happens. It happens, it happens, it happens. Firm, but it's medium or moderate, not medium. So I'm still reading those off just a little bit. The thing is with these putts, I need to not overthink them too much. Just like, because I think when I overthink them, I hold the power a touch longer. So need to just get a feel for it and then take it. I actually think it's going to be better to take this and have a fuller shot, because I think what's going to happen here is maybe if I choke the driver and only go like partial, I want to get it where I have like a little bit of a wedge, but not. I don't want to have like so much of a wedge that it's super spinny. I need something that I can stop a little bit. It's definitely a few yards long. 115. I think we're going to take this. It might be a little long. Let me think. 115. Might be like right around pin high. I'm actually going to give it a little bit extra. All slightly below the feet. The wind, I feel like we can go mostly at it. Okay, we take those. We absolutely take those. And these are the ones that you just have to hammer home. You just have to hammer them home. And maybe that's a mistake that I make on like the first holes and stuff. Here's the tee box that's well below our feet. Everybody's favorite. Oh, it's a little bit more to the right than I'd like it to be. Get through to the fairway, please. Thank you. From YouTube to Twitch, Liam, well, welcome to the Twitch. All right, another big fader shot. Another big fader. 176. Because that would be somewhere in like here. 10 yards. 7 iron. In these conditions, that's gonna be a little shy. It is 6 iron. And we gotta go fade. I want to be a little left because of the way that that rolls. Didn't get it left enough. We're gonna bleed on. Not quite. Not quite. %. Oh, man. I closed it, which probably takes us off from the eagle. We'll take a bird, though. Take a bird. Good recovery. We bogeyed that first hole on some really poor putts, but bounce back with some birds. All right, what do we got here? 138. And the upper 140s. Little cut. Not on the fringe. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what we need. That's what we need. The turnaround. Get things going. Shrug off the opening hole. Shrug off the opening hole and we go. Wide open spaces. Wide open spaces. Play the power drive. Get as much distance as we can. Because now this puts us in a way where we can try and run this shot back. It's 211. Wind is cutting in a little. Uphill lie. I close the face. Yeah, it just takes us offline. Okay, what do we have as options? Because this pitch shot, it is moderate since a little bit uphill, so maybe we will get some bite, but I had it where it was rolling away from us pretty good before. I think maybe the chip is gonna be the better play. %93. Seven-degree push. Really good read, but I just cannot seem to hit a straight line when it matters on those. All right, it's up and down, but we haven't been able to get the big scores. The Eagles have not really been landing so far in this tournament. Okay, straighten that swing back out. Unfortunate time to miss the contact because I would have loved, even though my putting's not great, it's better than my chipping. So I would have loved to have had a little more of a look there. I'm gonna go into the low 180s. I like it. I do like it. Wind is still, even though this is like uphill and wanting to go left, the wind I think is gonna take over and take us to the right. Not the, well, when you close contact, certainly not. I do think we lost more on that uphill regardless. Like, I don't think the wind carried us as far, and we lost on that uphill, so even on the perfect contact, I think we were a little bit off the mark. That's 100%. 99. I want 96. We've had 2 hole-in-ones today, Liam? GG's, man. That's awesome. All right, downhill. Yeah, they just... Maybe there's somebody who's taken the more aggressive line, but I think the best I can do is this 3-wood, because the fairways are a little bit more forgiving here in this round. Oh, this is gonna be tough. playing about 165. But this shot is way above my feet. It's uphill, which is gonna cut it in the wind. We're just gonna hit it like this. Try and let it work back. Okay, good call. Good call. Could have gone actually a little bit more left, which is still surprising. Yeah, what's going on, Jason? I'm gonna go a little bit more pace and a little bit more inside. Almost gave up the hole. Almost gave up the hole with that one. Okay, so we had a slow start, but we're starting to score again. Now I don't know what other people are doing out here. We just have to mind our business, try and find as many scores as we can, and then hope that the field played worse. I mean, the switch up on conditions and everything, I actually don't mind. Like the softer and slower greens, like I think we all kind of get really, really comfortable with certain condition sets, and so switching it up to things that should theoretically be easier but still keeping wins, I don't hate it. Firm. Yeah. Carried it a little too much up there. All right, how are we coming off of this hill? 64%. Hey, what's going on, Jesus? 64. No, my rhythm, I hesitated at the top of the swing. I got the input and I missed the rhythm. That stings. That stings. I like locked in on like, okay, this is the power, but the problem was yeah, it's tough. Problem was I hesitated at the top because I was like, okay, this is the power I want, but in hesitating, I messed up the rhythm and underpowered the shot. How's it going, Yassine? 240 wind in. I mean, it's choked. You probably throw a little bit. You're really just... You're in a tight squeeze here. The shot looks awkward. The ball's actually, like, if anything, slightly above the feet. Put it down just past the big slope. Yeah, no way to really sit that. Come off the sticky fringe. No! Alright, I gotta put it down the hill. Definitely not chipping it, that's for certain. Ah. don't love this. Ah, come on, man. Come on. All right. It's a birdie. Like I have, but like the Eagles have, they've been there, and we just haven't quite been able to take them. I think that's been probably my biggest pain point. Not my best swing. Whoa. A little bit underswung, unfortunately. %, come on. Nope. Got the 81%, but whatever it is with that grip, sometimes my feel puts me online, and sometimes my feel is still like 6% off, and I haven't been able to decipher it yet. Just trying to avoid those particular situations. All right, but we didn't have a good tee shot, so yeah, missed inputs puts us in a bad spot. Okay, we're playing big fader. Big fader. Losing like 20 yards on this. So that's gonna put... You gotta be out here for this. Will it sit? Oh, it will sit. What a lovely shot. Okay. What's going on, JP? Still have no clue how the wind and stuff works on this? Been having a heck of a time. It's a lot of experience. I will say general rule of thumb, at least for like headwind and tailwind. Headwind plays like 1.5 times. So like if you have a 10-mile-an-hour headwind, it plays like 15 yards. Tailwind is like 80%. So like 10 yards is 8. Side to side, you can kind of go 1 box to 1 mile an hour, roughly. Definitely not 100% it, but yeah, some general rules of thumb to start with. I guess I can play it over here and it's still just a full shot. I was thinking maybe there's an aggressive play to be had, but I don't think so. How's it going, Fen? How do you know what the wind is on this specific tour? Just a guess every shot? No. So, I mean, it's kind of a guess, but not really. That blue bar in the middle of the wind meter is also telling you what the wind is. So, if you have the wind number on, you probably don't even like necessarily register it, but that blue fill is how much wind there is. And so just over time you kind of learn, and I try and for like high winds have some reference points. So like when I turn the arrow down, if it's touching the bottom, I know that's 15 miles an hour, so I can work some stuff backwards from that too. So like this I would say is like a 13-mile-an-hour crosswind. Downhill lie, downhill, downwind. Gotta take a little bit off of this, especially with the very firm. Ball's playing below the feet, which means it's also spinning that way. It's starting a few yards off. And then wind and downhill, somewhere out here. Hole closed. That's gonna put me left and lefter. Definitely lucky on the kick there. Definitely lucky on the kick. Like, there's no... That wasn't a good shot. Like, execution-wise to what I was trying to do. The shot turned out good. But got lucky there, because I double-crossed that one and somehow managed it. Right with par 4, then you're trying to flop it up. Down here, the wedge, and yeah, I'm gonna go hybrid off the tee. I don't know. There must be people that are being a little bit more aggro on this and finding a way to drive the green and hold it. I'm trying to play this in a, I guess, a bit of a smarter, safer way. Kind of a wedge in hand kind of guy. Wedge in hand and then just hit it close. How's it going, Kara? You hit the rough in front with the power drive, but very risky. You were just way too confident. Well, that was the play that I was thinking. Or even just a regular drive, because I've got 99 power. I think I may have been able to get it, but I didn't know what the... I didn't have a good feeling about like what the actual outcome would be, and, you know, add to the fact that like the short game flops and everything are not an automatic for me. So, like, if I put myself down there, I'm probably screwing myself. Wow, this is a fun pin. Wedge in hand for... Yeah. But that's the thing. I can't hit a straight chip, like, 90% of the time. And my flop game is not a gimme. Like it is for many, so... Between those two things, not the best. A little bit below the feet, and we're top 98%ing it, Colby. Little fairway putt for you. Chips your 40-60. You make a few per tournament. Yeah, no, I can't hit like anywhere close to the straight. Sometimes I do, and then other times I end up hitting it and it'll be like 6% push or something. I need to sit down, and I've talked about it. I need to sit down and like practice the straight swing and like try and get a new grip to be able to do that. It's drivable. You need 275 to land it there, 274 if you're feeling frisky. So this is close. There's enough fade where I don't really lose the distance. Need to overpower it. Clutch time? Question mark? I mean, I played it 101% because I didn't want to be short. Clutch time would have been hit it to the front and like leave it in a good spot. Here, so I'll show you guys what my super flop looks like. That's the only shot I can sit here. Wow, that was 10 degrees. Yeah, my big problem is I haven't moved to the lefty fade, and so that shot is just garbage time guesswork. Basically, really all it is. I do not have any form of confidence. If this was faster greens, I would try and play this backstop, but instead we're looking at like a 5-yard or so landing strip. Which means that effectively the ball's gonna land here, bounce up to here, and then roll past the hole. I don't think we really have too many other options. 7-iron, 180. Carries 176. That's a pin high carry. I don't have enough. Don't have enough shape in the bag. What's going on, Lunk? You're a newbie in the game, so you apologize if this is a loaded question. When do you know when to hit left bumper for spin? Like, what circumstances do you use it? So I'm always, for me, I'm always shaping my shots personally back to as straight as I can. Helps me with wind reads and ball flight and everything. Basically, you're using it as a way to control yardage and rollout. So the right stick in this game, it affects the spin. Like it affects how it rolls out, but it's more about, this is more for like distance gapping. This stick, as you raise this one, the loft really affects how the ball lands and then how it rolls out. So by having that higher trajectory, it sits softer, spins more, so it doesn't roll out as much. So over time, you get used to like how your club plays stock in certain situations, and then you can use those to kind of fit the gap to land exactly where you want to and kind of control your spins and such. 171, 167. So like what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to figure out where this ball flight is going to go normally and then work it from there. So right now I'm thinking 167, maybe 168. So I'm going to just play this one stock because that's like right at the edge. Right at the edge of the fringe. Oh, I 98% hit. So now we're going to hit fairway. It's not the worst in this situation because it's moderate fairway, so you can get away with it. When the fairways are firm, that gets really funky. But I'm always kind of looking at where does a shot with no shape land, and where do I want to land? how much rollout and stuff do I need? And then I'm looking at, okay, what shots do I have available to me? And then trying to make the closest fit one get exactly where I want it to be. That's kind of like my general flow. See, right now I'm reading this out like here. I almost missed it low. I think I underhit it by 2%, and that's why I almost missed it low. So I was reading that correctly. Those are always scary. Those are always scary. All right, par 5 finisher uphill by quite a bit. So I think we just go curl this one back left. You're just trying to get as much distance out of it. I didn't know how uphill, so I didn't want to flirt with that too much. We're gonna have big time fade on this though. That my rap name, General Flow. Beast of this game, hoping to eventually get to this level. Hey, no, I appreciate the compliment. Always happy to try and help. Always try and distill whatever knowledge I have. I'm really bad at like when people are like, can you give me advice? But, you know, when people have more pointed questions, that tends to go a lot better for me being able to try and help out. Okay, so ball's below the feet. It's gonna want to shoot out right and spin that way, but it's uphill and there's wind bringing it back. Come on, wind, take it over. I underswung it. It actually wasn't that far offline. It actually wasn't that far offline. The problem was actually more so the trajectory of it was so low I lost some extra distance. And that I was stupidly not factoring in. Because I choked the 4-iron down, but I don't think I really had much better choice. Because if I go full 4, like distance-wise, I guess we're not as far. I was thinking we're landing at like pin high, and that's why I went down. Okay. Little note for the future. Little mental note for the future. Alright, we're just trying to get this close. 87%. That's 100%. 87 is probably somewhere in there. Yeah. Not the worst. Again, that's 100% always a lag putt. I just hate that this is like, if you're gonna play this like dead weight, it's like out here. That was lucky. Very easily could have hard-lipped that. Very easily could have hard-lipped that. Alright, well, at 13 under, I don't know how much ground we made up. Because at least the people at the top are shooting high, but that doesn't mean that the in-between is shooting that low. I think we at least did a good job to not fall back. It was a really good rally because we started with a bogey and then shot 14 under from there on out. Ooh, that was scurry. Hey, welcome back, John. How was yesterday? So we shot 10 under, 10 under. Not the best, but we made the cut by 2. We were comfortably in there. Yeah, definitely not our Got our best work yesterday. But I guess we could, so that puts us to 27th, which I think we were in at like, we would have been in like the 40s, right? If we were only 2 shots clear of 55, we would have been like upper 30s, low 40s. So I think it moved us up just a touch. I think we trended in the right direction that round. Because let me look at the people that have finished that are in like the mid here. Yeah, so we shot 59, bunch of 58s, 57s, but I'm also seeing 59, 60. Yeah, so I think we leapfrogged here a couple strokes, because like I said, we were only like 4 strokes from like the top 15, and so we've got a few scores here where we're seeing some 60s, some 62s. Those are all people that we took 1 stroke or more out of. So yeah, definitely got a little bit of movement done. Not all the way to the top, but definitely got a little bit of movement going in round 3. Only need a 31 under to win it. Okay. Just gotta hole everything. Just gotta hole everything out. Easy. Easy. How we doing, Jonathan? How many different builds? I have, you wanna see my players? From like 15 minutes ago. Hi, Mac. So this really bothers me that we don't have it. So for anybody that's watching on mobile, I have a chat, or not mobile. If anybody that's watching the vertical stream on YouTube, I do not have the regular chat open. I have a chat bot open, and the said hi little wave guy doesn't come through the chat bot. So I promise I'm not ignoring you if you're pressing the little hello. I appreciate you. I acknowledge you, but I can't see you because I'd rather have a combined chat. Oh, this doesn't take you. This takes me to my. This takes me to like my single thing. I'm just trying to make the joke here, Lunk. I don't really have multiple builds. I have other builds that are there to give me their extra shots. But I rock the sculptor. I'm a day 1 sculptor. I prefer it over, I think, the move to technician, because I hit my points enough that I feel like I'd be wasting it, and I definitely would miss what I've currently got. See, this isn't what. Okay, yeah. I'm looking for the manage my players. So yeah, these are my builds. We got Guy Vizo. He is 69. Everything is. Long story short, I'm Italian. Vizo is face guy, like the emotes. Anywho, Nick Tech, the technician, Bernhard Haus, the German powerhouse, Drew Sims, the True Sim magician, and Kip Verde, the greenskeeper. As you can see here, pick, power drive, green reader, don't care about the recovery shot. So, yeah, I like the sculptor. I know some people talk about magician. I prefer the stats of the sculptor, but I understand the magician argument. But I think most people, even I would think that like a good number of people in Plat are also technician, and like every season, yeah, technician gets better and gets more distance and stuff from fitting, so. Speaking of faces, Sergio wants one of his own. Sergio, thank you very much for the paid Tier 1 subscription. Hope you enjoy your faces. Realized you weren't subscribed? That's okay. You've been here. I appreciate that. The money is just, you know, that's just going above and beyond. So thank you kindly. All right. We do need to take our quick little break I apologize, but Twitch loves its ads. So we take a break so that nobody misses anything. We're going to take quick 2-minute break should be good to get us to the end of the stream here. I also try not to run, I try and run as many ads as are needed. All right. Yes, sure, I make more money from running the ads, but the difference between like $2 and like $1.75 is not really gonna. We just run enough to get through the stream, because pre-rolls are bad. You want people to be able to join the stream and not get immediately hit with an ad, because they don't know who I am. So why would they give me a shot if they're immediately hit with ads? So we take a break so nobody misses anything. I hate ads mid-conversation and all that, but I'm talking too much. So 2 minutes, we'll be back, and then we roll round 4 of Plat. Thank you all for being here. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. There you go. The problem was I forgot to look at when the pre-rolls, or when the ads were done before I got up. So I'm like, I don't know how much time is left. All right. Well, we're back. Let's do it. Round 4. Zane and I are your favorite. Well, I appreciate being up there with Zane. Zane's an OG. He's a good dude. Appreciate being considered in the same company. All right, blue tees. We're going back. Very high winds for round 4 out of the north. Soft, soft, and slow. We're gonna have to be careful. You get enough of a headwind, this thing's gonna want to zip back, because soft greens are gonna want to keep the spin. Okay, soft, soft, slow, very high. Definitely an interesting combo, but that's what I'm saying, like, the wind, like, throwing weird difficulties at you, I think is actually a pretty good way. I think is a pretty good way to, like, trip people up. Alright, soft. Whoop. There we go. So I appreciate it. Yeah, I know that soft and slow greens, like, and everything get a bad rap, but I think in the right circumstances with wind and stuff, it can still play tough. Can absolutely still play tough. Off tomorrow, finally started your Magician build. Gonna take forever to get to 100 and fully upgraded clubs. Kind of a buzz. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, the time and everything that goes into it is pretty rough. It's pretty rough. I don't know how one hunkers down and is like, yeah, this will be fun. I'm gonna take some distance off of this and hope that we've got it right. Good distance control. Pretty good wind read. That's not bad. That's not bad. That gives us a chance. Now it's going to be a question of how to read these. Is they're going to go through fast and then break hard late, right? Like that's kind of the thing with slower greens. I did the rhythm thing. I had the read, and I hesitated at the top because I didn't like this. It's freaking... Okay. Got it. You gotta just commit and flow. Commit and flow. Nothing like the fact that we're gonna go to like 214 on the carry. And then it's soft and slow into the crazy headwind. I don't know if we're going to get to the hole with something like this. A little bit extra power. I turned it over the wrong way. I know that it goes left to right. Yeah. But I don't know what we were supposed to take there instead. Because I don't think I think my 3-wood's too far. Yeah, that's awkward. That's awkward distance. I didn't want to play it as far to the... right. But I should have, because I thought I was going to just like go straight right, but like that probably would have been a better uphill putt. %, underswing. This is gonna be tough. This green speed is gonna be like awkward if you don't stick it close. It's definitely the slowest start that we've had through the first 2 holes. Every round thus far we've been getting some scoring done early. I mean, the whole course, I guess, is technically scoreable. The front 9 definitely more scoreable, in my opinion. I'm okay. Going a little bit de-lofted, because it's like again, it's a spin control question. Left the face open. That's such... Everything's such tight margins. Everything is such tight margins. It's like, because you're already tight windowed if you get it right on your inputs. And then just add in the fact that, like... Yeah, just add in the fact that if you miss it, it's legend and good luck. Oof. Oh, 80% would have been flirting with it. 80% would have been flirting with it. That was close. Hey, come on, we gotta find some scores. Soft, so I'm gonna go for it because I don't think the push doesn't help me. Come on, sit. There we go. There we go. Okay. We've got tailwind. It's soft and slow. Let's see if we can get going here. Carries about 177, probably 170 or 165. Low ball flight and stuff. I mean, maybe 173. That's 15 yards to cover. Adam, thank you for the YouTube sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pacers just overcame a 15-point fourth quarter deficit to take game one. Ooh. Ooh. Spicy. All right, I'm going to take a little bit off of this 7-iron because, like, let's think about this. 7-iron up the hill, right? This, you're talking 174, right? And you're only ever getting 12 here at the bag. That's 186 uphill, maybe a little bit less than that. That's 3 yards short. It's off with tailwind, little, and it's slow. Like, we're not taking a choke shot, but I think we do need to take some off of it. Oh, in Oklahoma City. What's going on, Mild Stove? I got way more left. Soft. Slow. Okay, bigger kick. Bigger kick for sure. But that is an eagle. I don't know if we've had any eagles this tournament. I'll take that one, though. Get something going. We'll take that. Alright, that was straight tailwind and had a pretty big kick on it, even with it being soft. So can't disrespect the tailwind effect here. That's one thing that we're gonna have to keep in mind. 'Cause that was a 7-iron, but raw tailwind, that definitely takes a lot of spin off of it. Hey, what's going on, Russell? Coach Casey, welcome back. One of those eagle streams. Finally is, yes. All right, let's see. 8-iron, 73. Definitely gonna get a few yards cut in there. Upper 70s. Big kick and then a little bit of roll, but it's more sideways than the last one, so I'm not gonna play it as much. It's also clubbed down. Underswung and closed it. Nice. Fringe bounce, heavy right, down to the hole. Definitely a decent result. Closed misses have been on the table, though, which I'm not loving. Okay. There we go. There we go. Start getting the scoring going. I have not tried Golf Clash Daha. I've seen it, but I don't know. The mobile, I don't really have the time for it anyway, but the mobile golf doesn't seem to interest me all that much. All right. I figured with this headwind, it was a 3-shotter anyway. That's why I went for it. So this will be a pretty straightforward layup. Let's think about where we want to be though, because I actually probably want to be a little bit further out, not have all that spin. Yeah, because this at least lets me take a slightly longer club. So we're going to be upper 20s. I think we actually have to like punch a 9-iron through a little bit, or else it's going to get too spinny. Also, maybe slightly above my feet. That wind, it's uphill. I underswung it and I pushed it again. Gosh darn it. Yep, 96%. Yeah, I think that was the right call to de-loft it. I'm getting too inside. Getting too inside on the pullback. Gets moving early and then break. Yeah, somewhere out here, 71%. That was the read. Trajectory, so this is loft, this is de-loft. I mean, this technically affects the height of it as well, but this affects it way more and has way more effect on the roll and spin and everything. Okay, this needs to be a straighter field takeaway. There it is. We got inside those last couple and it got us in trouble. Yeah, I mean, go to the range ears and turn on like the ball flight and mess around with it. 185. It'd be silly not to think this doesn't go back as far as like 183, 181. Taking off on the 5-iron, try and sit it. Still was left. Dang. Okay, I mean, we're putting ourselves in position for putts, and we're reading putts. We're just really struggling to get the execution down. All right, 63%. Come on, just hit a 63%er. Underswung the rhythm. Nope, but that's... I didn't underswing the rhythm, but I underswung by 1% again. And missed low. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Like, we're hitting putts on the right line and like just leaving them 1% short. And I already have like 80% putt weight. Like, I don't know Maybe we get rid of one of the rhythm ones and just put it all into putt weight, get an extra 5. Maybe that helps us out. Just enough, you know? DJ Slice. Stream's good. Welcome back for 54 months. Or I guess I'm confused. Resubscribed for 54 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 51 months. There's probably something with a multi-month sub in there. Probably something with a multi-month sub. Thank you very much, DJ. Welcome back. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. Stream's been good. We did have a little bit of power flicker due to some storming, but outside of that, we good. Outside of that, we are good to go. I gotta take just, I guess, off on this, because I feel like if I try and go choked, we're gonna run into some issues. But skip this out of the rough so it kills it. No, ended up being a big bounce. I thought the rough was gonna knock it down. Maybe that was a little bit more rock than rough. This WGT, no, this is PGA Tour 2K25. All right, we need 57%. There's 57%. And this time I would have done better to have under hit by a percent. I love my life. I love my life. Just missing at the wrong times, hitting at the wrong times. Love that for me. Love that for me. That's tough. That is tough. Definitely do not feel like I'm making up ground on people. I'd have to assume that I'm losing ground. There's the part in the back of my head that's hoping that other people were struggling like this. 215, 207. I mean, that wind is too much. Okay. Already, we're going to be at like 218. Got 21 mile an hour wind. Give it just a little bit. It's gonna bounce and release, but I mean, I really wish I hit it 100%. I didn't realize that the game had defaulted me to a 98%. Not bad. Of course, it feels like we're playing for, you know, an eagle setup, but no, here we are on a par 4. Here we are on the par 4. %. Here we go. 59%, nice. Nice, I'm just really good at missing the ones that I have red right, and I'm really good at hitting the ones that I have red just wrong. 3 under going out. Solid. Love that for us. Just missing all the putts. And it's not even because of the green speed, it's literally an inability to hit inputs. Well, we're probably not able to get there in 2, so we'll go for this because we can lay up safely if we miss. 102, only slightly closed. Wow. That wind Because this is probably stupid, right? But, like, we could get a flyer out of the sand. We could get a flyer out of the sand. It's on a downslope. I mean... Thoughts? That came out not even close to a flyer. Not even close. Thought we might have had a good lie at it. We probably got like 80%. We probably got like an 80%er. That's crazy. Okay. Well, wind plays on these. Pretty good touch. Pretty good touch. We'll take it. We'll take it. Maybe not the most conventional. Break into the 40s? That would be nice. That'd be nice. We should be able to. Well, actually, I don't want to make that claim. With these wins, I don't think that that's a fair statement. We should have been able to score like 3 or 4 more times on the front nine, but I'm probably on track for like 30 putts this round. 172, and then you get just a nice 17er. Take you back about 150 something. Knuckleball choked 7 in there. How about that? Wow, still short. Love that. Love that. I mean, otherwise I'm going up to a full 6 and trying to take some out of it, I guess. %. Come on. Can you swing straight for once? Kinda, sorta. Just missed it. Just missed it. And we would have been off. That's the other thing. We would have been off. Hey, what's going on, Slim? Welcome back. All right, there's a par 5 at the very end, but we gotta find something. Gotta find something. Yep, I knew that was gonna be a push. I don't think it's gonna hurt us. I could feel it on that takeaway, and I didn't reset. This is such a hard hole because it's like you're forcibly long, and we're more than likely just gonna be short. You know, we're more than likely just gonna be short because of our. I gotta be left. Does it make sense? I was win. Go 3, 2. I'm gonna take the 5. I don't know if I'm gonna regret not taking the choked 4. Oh, I closed it. Took me a little bit left, a little bit short. Should have gone choked 4. Should have gone choked 4. Not the craziest. Not the craziest line needed here, but 73%. That was bad power. Or bad rhythm, rather. Gosh darn it. No, I'm not going to Oakmont. It's yeah, close to 3 hours away, so I'm not going to that. I did get tickets for Aronimink next year, though. So, gonna check out the PGA. Should be fun. Because at least with Aronimink, I've got a closer, like, got a closer place to stay. An hour versus 3 hours is much more manageable. I actually think with the way this is, I might need to play a little bit of Loft. Underswung it. Maybe even could have played it stock. Yeah, I feel like there hasn't been stuff in Pennsylvania for a while. Oh my word, man! I can't buy a putt. When I hit my input, I miss. When I miss my input, I miss. It's like I have it wrong on the wrong holes all the time. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Like the holes where I read it right, I missed the input. On the holes where I misread it by a touch, I hit the input and just miss it. We have to be on like a 30 putt kind of round, right? Like have to be. Okay. Not bad. What's a hoagie? You got your meats and cheeses and, you know, veggies and oils and everything on a, you know, in some places they call it a submarine, you know. We call it a hoagie. You know, if you go to like a Jersey Mike's or a Subway, that's a hoagie. You know, Italian hoagie, ham, salami, capicola, pepperoni, those sorts of things. Lettuce, tomato, onion, American cheese, olive oil, red wine vinegar, salt, pepper, oregano. That sort of thing. Making me hungry. What is this, by the way? By power drive, probably end up in the crap. By regular drive. By sting, I'm probably short. We're gonna take regular tee shot. Oh, that's lucky because, oh, I don't know. I've got 262 yards in on a par 4. What in the world? I should have gone with power drive, but power drive I could have put myself in. There's got to be a lot of bogeys on this hole, huh? Alright, how good's the overpower game, Colby? 102. Hit a rock. Get all the way to... No, not that way. Dude. What is this hole? Run up with drive. I don't have driver off the deck in the bag. What's going on, Colby? I'm also Colby. This isn't going to be confusing at all. I don't know what the lie is. Got nothing. Feels like it's below my feet. That's 100%. Which means it's gone. Okay, there's a chance still, okay? There's a chance we make it out of here some way, somehow. Very unlikely though, just given the track record. JKLOL, we actually made par there. You're Colby too? No, you're Colty. Close. Close though. What's going on, Jake? Noel, how we doing? V-Town? Oh, okay, this is... I've seen this episode of SpongeBob before. Everybody's Squidward. Alright, Gary, speak up. We gotta go for it, right? With this kind of tailwind and everything. Alright, quads, which means if I end up in the water, I read, you know, it's fully on me. Come on. That works. We've got to look. We've got to look. Playing on the Technician build since the game came out. 0 hole-in-ones. 3 rounds with the Magician on the same pro settings. Got your first one? Nice. Get in there. %67%. I got it. Did I read it right? Come on. No! Every time! Every time that I read, or every time that I hit my inputs, I miss it by a hair. Every time that I miss it. Oh man, I hate this game. I love this game, but I hate this game. Get all the Colbys gathered in one place. That wouldn't be confusing at all. Alright, it's still a birdie. We're trying to get to 40. We got 2 holes to do it. We got a par 5 in the bag behind us. Not in the bag, but we got a par 5 left to work with. Tony, thank you for the follow. Stop making so many putts, Vandy. We're gonna look at the putting stats for this round after this, Vandy. My guess is around 30. My guess is around 30. Sabrina Carpenter skin. Yes, that is my panel content. What's my score? So we're 39 under for the 4-round tournament. So far this round, we are 6 under. And I have been just missing putts. So this is gonna carry out like to here. It's soft, but it's fairway. Probably still gonna get a pretty decent bounce. You know what? I'm gonna send it because if we get it, then maybe it's slow enough. I don't want to flirt too much with danger here, so. Yeah, soft bounce. Slow greens. Okay, wind took it a little bit too much to the right, but we have a look. Have a look inside a book. It's reading rainbow. It's always pain. It's always pain. 52%. Mate. Mate. This has, I mean, am I a good golfer IRL? Not really, no. I don't have a lot of time in. That's the big reason why. I got clubs 4 years ago and I have about 30 rounds played. That's not as uphill, so we're gonna power drive and just don't miss. Just don't miss. Just don't miss. I don't even know if we're gonna have a chance. Hold on. Is this an opportunity I've been missing all day long? Okay, good catch, good catch, good catch. Go opposite fairway. Yeah, I have a good understanding. My IRL is like really that my swing is not great. You know, that's the big struggle. Inconsistency. So we'll get there. It's just time. But also, you know, having a kid and stuff doesn't make it any easier. 243. It's definitely going to play more than that. And then you've got like 20 miles an hour in your face. It's not going to play a full 20, but you're definitely going to get another good chunk off. That puts me into the mid-20s. I'm okay to send this long, and hopefully we honestly get a little bit of luck going, and it comes up just a bit shorter. Okay, well, we can flop this. The wind up the hill was the last little piece. Nice, this will be super fun. $75. Well, that's 69, nice. And if I hit at 75, we would have been Gonzo Alonso. So there's a 7 under that could have been double digits. All right, well, I think we're going to fall back from the pack on that last round, potentially. I think we probably lost a little bit of ground on that last round. But let's take a look at the putts. Aiden, thank you for the YouTube sub. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, let's see how bad it was. Let's see how bad it was. Probably swing a 3-wood right now, then driver next. Yeah, like, I get through bits where I'm consistent, but it's consistently, a lot of the time, like a block cut. Like, I'm struggling to not turn, like, not move my arms as well. Like, the rotation needs to come from my body, and this just be more up and down, and it's getting that sync up, because a lot of times I want to take it back and then pull it forward, which is just not good, because that gets you going a little bit more left. A10 Warthog, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follow. 40 looks a lot better than 39 for sure. Let's see how bad the putting was overall, and then particularly in that last round. 19-foot proximity, 84% greens, not the worst, almost 85%. But 80% medium putts, 25% long. That's always killer. That's always killer in tournament play. But I'm a known, yeah, we were 10 of 40 and 16 of 20. But let's see how bad that last one was, because it felt bad. Yeah. 4 of 5. We were actually only 17.5. We were better greens and reg and proximity in that last round than overall. But, it's 2 of 12? Right? I think that's the math, 2 of 12? It's not ideal. That's not ideal. Like, there were conservatively, of the, 11 putts that we missed, that's 17. There's 29. I was close to getting it right with 30. That was 29 putts. I was very close on my guess of 30. It felt like 30. Conservatively, 5 putts could have been a hold. Like, they were all 1% misses. All 1% misses. We tied this week, Map. Am I supposed to feel happy about that? Am I supposed to feel happy about that? Let's see, where would 45 have put us? It would have taken us up 12 spots. It would have taken us up 12 spots on that round alone. Yeah, that was rough. Wasn't even, the sad part is it wasn't the green speed, it was all input based, so just gotta practice it. I gotta practice my putting. Because at least I would rather miss the reads and hit the inputs than the ones where like I was reading it right and then leaving them short. Sabrina, thank you for the follow. Alright, well, tough week. Tough week. Because we had True Sim on Monday and Tuesday, and we shot great, and we're going to lose on countback. So we're going to be taking second place on a T1. And then we turn around into Plat and go 10-10, 13-7. Which is obviously not the worst, but like when you're missing 20% of your medium putts, you want that to be closer to missing like 5% maybe. And long putts, just 20% ain't it, dog. 20% ain't it. So, at least I feel like we're getting better with reads. It's going to be about inputs. Next week is probably going to be a tough one for us to make a cut. Because if we're going to Oakmont and they're ramping greens up, and my weakness is already putting, that's gonna be tough. But we're gonna try. It's gonna affect everybody. It's gonna not be just hard on me. It's gonna be hard on every single person. So gotta keep that in mind. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so a couple orders of business. Next week will be a full week of streams, like normal. 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be here, so long as the weather doesn't kill the stream again. The following week, we'll be out of town. I will remind you all on Discord about that, and I will try and remind people during the week that is the case. But I'm trying to get the word out now to not be so surprised when I disappear into the ether for a week. That being said, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank you for sticking with me through the power flicker and our modem losing power. Appreciate that. If you are new here and you enjoyed, drop a follow, drop a sub on the YouTube to find your way back here in the future. Same with Discord. probably the thing that I should be like pointing out more often than I do. If you're watching on the vertical stream on YouTube, we do have horizontal YouTube and Twitch streams. Wherever you want to watch is available, but just like to throw that out there because I think sometimes people don't realize that. So if you prefer watching all of the screen, you can do that. If you like watching the vertical, that is there for you as well. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think I'm covering all my bases. Drop a like on the YouTube stream. That helps me out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go raid out. So if you're watching on Twitch, we're gonna go say hello to Joshua. If you're watching on YouTube, good luck out in the recommendations, or maybe you go to bed like I'm going to. But hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully the weather is better for you than it's going to be for me. Gonna be stormy and rainy all weekend. But yeah, thanks for hanging out this week. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys back here Monday night. Take it easy, everybody.